You're not gonna have to wait any longer. Razor power. What's going on, boys and girls? Good evening. Happy Friday. Let's remove this background. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to this Friday podcast live stream. This is the first of the mini series. Nothing better to start than to talk about PBE. Hopefully you guys are getting the chance to get to try it. I'll show you where I'm at. Finally being able to move towards the middle of the map. But I'm not gonna be doing that alone. Alright, I'm gonna unmute everybody in my Discord voice chat room here. Let's see. All right, guys, you are no longer muted. Today we got at least three guests, three people with me besides myself, so 4 of us in total. We got our
You gotta add somebody smarter than add something.
I got somebody saying. All right, so we got with us Jax. You guys know he is an in-house master. And we also have Turgon, one of the leaders of Jews, with us, and Scar. I just want to say hi really quick.
Hi.
Are we gonna bring?
She's in leadership of Aces, by the way, if you didn't know.
Sorry. Oh yes, Oh yes, Scar is the leader of Aces. Yes. Apologize for not mentioning that. Give me a second here. I'm gonna give somebody else a role. Fen is gonna join with us, so give me just a second, guys. Let's see.
Sure.
Where is Fen? Oh, here we go. Amond Fergarian. Let's do it. Here we go. Give me just a moment. All right. That should suffice. Let's invite him to the place now. Gotta find the dude. Where are you, my friend? I think I gotcha.
Oh, he's struggling.
Oh, does he have 2 accounts? There's like Prince something and then.
No.
Okay, so it's the other one. I mean, he's in. I've invited him. He is in here. Yes, he's in there. All right, cool. So now, just need to bring him along over here. Just copy this. Tell him to check his DM, because I'm going to send it in his DM. He should be good to go now. All right, he is in the house. How you doing, Fen? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, what's up?
There you go. Hope you're well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I faced you before, man. Most
You
likely.
faced me?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming you're the same fan from Meta Chaos, right?
Yeah.
Of course, then. Yeah, we did. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know if I hit you, but yeah, we play together. All right, cool. All right, so is everybody here? All four of you guys are you guys testing PBE? That's gonna be the topic of the day. Got a lot of notes. I share my thoughts.
I have not logged into the PBE at all.
What? Shoot. With that account, you're not testing, man? Unbelievable.
Bro, we've been busy, man. We're fighting 10v2 in our server, bro.
Oh, I know. I know.
You know, that takes up all of our time.
It's been fun, though.
Yeah.
Hungry hippos.
It's been
One of
good.
the funnest seasons I can remember. It reminds me kind of the War of the Ring, Final Fiesta, when you were on Evil RP and 8v1 and shit back then.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. It's been fun.
Bro, I got wrecked in fucking War of the Ring. I'm straight up, homie. I got wrecked. I mean, we got wrecked. I mean, I didn't get wrecked. I mean, I'm saying the team got wrecked.
Yeah.
We had, what did we have at the end? We had, it was a 7 or 8 ratio, right, of good to evil, and we ended up with Hills of Rune as the only territory at the very end of the season. I've never had that happen since, and before that even. It was crazy, bro.
The first like 1 or 2 seasons of War of the Ring, it was like 7-1, 10-1, good side versus evil. So
yeah, it was bad, bro.
But the thing is, because for good side it was such a boring campaign. After all the good sides, you were like, we're not playing that again. And then like nobody besides evil started winning. It was kind of
that's what this season reminds me of. Kinda, it's not as bad as that, obviously, but it's a lot of people, you know, out to get us in this one, boy. That's for sure. But we holding our ground.
Yeah, it's been
holding
fun.
Strong and fast, and everybody putting in work. So
it's been real good. All right, cool. Scar, have you been playing PB at all?
I've been helping out some. I'm definitely not a main PBE tester. I would rather be the note taker, but Harb, Fen, Tip, quite a few others from Aces are our main PBE researchers, I would say. Harb, the head of research and development, as he likes to call himself, is on vacation. So
oh, really?
He literally left for a Europe vacation this morning. So unfortunately, we can't have him here with us, but Finn has been his kind of like partner in testing everything together. And I've helped out some as well. And we've discovered quite a bit of stuff, but it's hard to say, you know, what's good, what's bad, and what they're not going to just completely change in a little bit.
Yeah.
So far.
All right, we got. I mean, I want to cover some aspects of PBE. Not necessarily. PBE is just a testing place for potentially, you know, new changes. Not everything being tested in PBE is final. I remember the very first PBE we played. This is the rough thing. We started. I remember Witch King being a very specific case where we were testing his skills in, you know, from 1.0 to 2.0, and out of nowhere his skills was changed, but nobody knew. There was no patch note saying we've changed the skills from this and this and these commanders. So we're always kind of in the dark as to what things are being changed. So does that mean that the things we're seeing right now will be, you know, as you can say, the content of PB does not represent the final launch content at the very bottom here you can see on the screen. So a lot of things can change, but we're going to talk about a few that we currently are seeing. It's nice though to see let's see if we got in the chat here. We got Dexter, Psycho, Bjorn, Noxy, oh, what's up, Darkness? Radag, hey Radag, it's been a while since I've seen you in here. Hope you're doing well. We got Yerte. Yeah, see, we got that name right. Jeez, the second one is going to be Yavo here. I'll stay with that one. Lazy Bones. Lazy Bones. Yo. Oh yeah. Who you talking to, man? Better not be me. I was fighting Ilil for days. All right. What's up, Bjorn Kraken? Hope you guys are doing well. Luke Thomas, how you doing, brother? Actually, I'll answer that question. Okay. All right. Next time, I'll get it right. Toastmaster, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. All right, so there are various aspects of PBE that look interesting. does it really change, a whole lot as to the gameplay? We'll talk about that as we go. All right. All right, Two Steps. Jump on the voice, man. It's Two Steps said he's been a lot in PBE. Sweet. All right, jump on the voice then. You can give your feedback, especially you being a complete only evil side player. You can give us some feedback on that. Good question. So I'm going to leave this question here to answer later from Bjorn. All right, cool. I'm going to copy this baby here, and I'll post it in my notes. We'll talk about that. Okay. Everything you guys want to ask about PBE or the future of the game, leave it in the comments. And I open. You don't have to be a subscriber to now comment. So if you just have questions, write them down. I'll keep a note, and we'll cover those towards the more end part of the podcast today. Okay. All right. First things first. Jax, you've been playing. I mean, Jax, you mean a lot of. You're trying to make unit commanders work. With I've seen some reports of you tested in PBE. Just from
unit commander, you mean unit troop damage?
Yeah, sorry, troop damage. Yes, troop damage commander.
Yeah, I've been testing a little bit. Like I said, we've been kind of busy.
I know.
I put in probably, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours, something like that. And yeah, it's a little bit better. But I feel like it's still not as, it doesn't compare to the meta, obviously. And it's still somewhat weak versus the meta. And there needs to be, first of all, from me and I think a lot of people, we're very happy with the developers with these changes. And, we're glad that they're making these steps to make things a little bit more balanced, and this is a great step in the right direction, in my opinion. And I hope that they continue to do this and they tweak it a little bit further to give, troop damage and, troop damage commanders a little bit more power, maybe something to the likes of attaching the damage dealers,
Okay. All right, cool.
Lost you, Jax.
I think he might have just. Did he just stop talking? No, yeah, he muted himself. It's fine. All right, cool. Two Steps is awesome.
I think he lagged out. Sorry, where did I'm out at the park. I'm now on my phone. Where did I leave off? You hear me? Or was I interrupted?
No, I think you just ended. I think you ended. I think we couldn't really hear like the last couple words that you said. That's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean it's better, and I'm very happy about the changes. To sum this up, hopefully they continue to tweak things and make troop damage and troop commanders more viable and bring some diversity to the meta. So, but yeah, I've tested some.
Cool. What about Two Steps? We're gonna say something.
Oh, no, sorry. So, I mean, I can say a couple words. I just apologize to maybe some background noise because I'm currently for work in Boston and I'm walking around, so there may be a little bit of background noise of the city.
No worries.
But I think overall, the PBE, I'm talking as an evil perspective. So take everything that I say with a little bit of a grain of, from being a little bit biased. And first of all, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome.
And so, what can I say? As Jack said, yes, the troop commanders are better, but my point of view on that, yes, it's great, they work now, but you need to have 4 commanders doing that. Like what I have, I cannot just slap in a Witch King and make them do troop damage. No, I need the other 3 commanders to kind of buff him up and the other way around, if that makes sense.
It does.
So, it's great and it works. And yes, you can fight against the meta. You're probably not going to win, but you are going to still have a much better result than what you used to have. With that being said, I still think the meta is the same, and I do think now the difference between good side and evil is a bit bigger. It's larger because Gil-galad is just is a beast. They make Gil-galad stronger. Evil still doesn't have an answer to the evasion. And I mean, the White Council is still good. They kind of tweaked Sauron up, and that's a good. It's a simpler change, and I like it. But in the same way, they kind of nerfed what for evil used to be a chance of having White Council in a way.
Yeah.
So I have a mixed feeling on that, where I don't know if Witch King was a buff or a nerf yet. I mean, the debuffs is cool, but now you're forced to play him command. And a person like me that's running Undying and Shadow and Sauron kind of puts me with a Witch King in an awkward position. And
That's true.
I don't know. I think it's a step in the right direction, but I don't know if it's enough. If that's what would be my summary of PBE. Sorry if I rant a little bit all over the place.
No, that makes sense. That's kind of where I've been. But before I give my opinion, Scar, if you want to pitch in, talk a little bit about that, and Fan as well. Love to hear your guys' opinion on this.
Go for it, Fan.
Of course, she does that. I do like that they kind of. I like that they got rid of the pre-battle madness for Sauron. That little rat race at the beginning could change an entire fight and make you want to throw your phone across the entire room. I am enjoying that more people have a option. If they don't want to use Sauron, they could use Gil now for that extra support comm. Because that evasion, like you said, it holds off to that White Council from it to proc in the later rounds. So the improvement, we really did improve Gil, but you still have that elf crutch if you decide to go the Gil route.
Yeah, I mean, just on that topic of Gil, he hasn't really been buffed, right? If anything, Gil was nerfed, but his evasion is just as useful as before. So, he's actually stronger in just from a skill standpoint, right? We're gonna talk about stats and the new things they're bringing on. Gil's actually stronger in the live servers than he is in PBE, because let's pull him up here really quick. Right
But yeah, I was sorry. I would say that they're changing PBE to make command more of a valuable stat, and that just automatically makes elf formation with Gil more valuable than it used to. So I think that's what I was trying to say when they buffed Gil. It's like it's maybe more of an indirect boost than a direct one.
That makes sense. So it's just the Gil composition is definitely great. Now, personally, because I've seen my teammates play this formation for seasons now. Gil as the tank, and then having Gimli, Dane, or Bjorn, one of those three, and then Gandalf the White. A really high respect. I just haven't seen, and then also being able to help some of my teammates with much bigger accounts than I have, running that composition, not seeing the crazy results that that people are expecting from a Gil. I think they're seeing some people with like the best in slot gear, very high, very high respect levels with great results, and people are jumping on the train. It's just he really isn't different than he is in the live service. That's what I'm saying. But okay, going back on. Have they really buffed, with the new skills? How much has it really changed in terms of skills in PBE? It's definitely an improvement, but I don't know, just like Jax hit, I don't think we're quite there yet. And I do have a concern that I'll mention to you guys after Scar gives her opinion.
I'd say I pretty much agree with Finn on this one. What he said, we're happy about the Sauron changes, but I just don't think everything overall was enough. I wish they would have done a little bit more.
Yep. My concern is first PBE happened, a year ago? And now we're seeing the second PBE. And I don't think the skills are quite there. And I'm not asking them to change the meta. I'm not asking them to make my Thorn playable or, actually any better. Although I would love to. My thought was that, they would change the other 60 something commanders where they would be a lot better to play with. And I don't feel that's the case. I do feel there are a lot of wins. Having skills that scale with some kind of stat from the commander. In this case, Falcon. There's a change to Falcon's skills, right? Thrain's guards used to be, it scales with commander defense. Now it's at level 10. Remember, not at level 9. At level 10, it will be modified by the commander stat. And I think Jack sent this over a while back, or yesterday, the day before. And it was scaling up to like 58% with a pretty high command on Falcon, right? So that's interesting, which in a way is nice because now I can run him full unit defense without having to, decide if I want a little bit of both. So this is okay. That's not an issue for me. You also get the change here instead of being commander. Commander, this happens for both. So unit and for commander up to 30 times, right? When it's fully maxed, it's 10, and it can stack 3 times, which is nice. Okay. Overall, it doesn't really change how he plays, but a lot of commanders are still subpar in my opinion. I would have loved to have seen actual changes to the skills. Most of the skills, they were just, they scale differently now, or they actually scale with something. Other than that, I don't think a single skill, maybe, actually I don't think a single skill has actually been changed in the game. Oh, actually there has been a change. Theoden's skill. Right? The renewed used to be damage reduction. Now it's plus damage. Which is nice, although his relic kind of goes against his relic because his relic decreases damage taken, which would have been nice to see an even bigger increase on damage done, by these 4 units. So 25 plus another, I can't remember what it scales to, 60 maybe. That would have been a nice increase on Theoden's.
I personally believe that they did not change skills for a business standpoint more than any other reason. Like if they change skills, then they need to help the player base adjust. And I believe that's exactly what they don't want to do. They will want you to keep investing for the changes.
So that's a good thing. A good thing you're touched on. So a question I think was from Bjorn Kraken earlier. He said, "Fellow, do you know if they give respect delete, respect vouchers because some commanders are still not very good, like Sunan, very disappointed." Jax, I don't know if you've been playing her in PBE. How do you feel about her? Do you feel like she is that bad, or do you think she has improved a little bit in PBE?
Well, it's kind of the same. It's not really, it's not really better or worse. I think it's about the same.
Same. Okay. So that's the issue that I have. I know a lot of people are talking and doing reports and sending these things, but essentially my personal feeling from reading reports, from looking at the skills myself for hours, going through each commander, I personally don't feel that there is a whole lot of change. Now, I do think it's better. right? One commander that I'm really excited to play, and he is on the evil side, is Gothmog. Gothmog's skills remind me of Gothmog 1.0. Okay, remind me. I'm not saying it does, but it reminds me of that. Okay, he used to have two very strong unit buffing, damage buffing skills, which is Overlord and Morgul Lieutenant, right? And it seems that you can get a pretty high scaling with him. Also from Morgul Lieutenant. And the nice thing that I do like is that his bottom R0, at least I would have hoped that they would have done what they did in this case with Gothmog. Okay, we have another commander that is perfect. Now they nerfed it, and I'll go over that in just a second. But so this is a unit buffing skill, and a unit buffing skill. That makes sense. This to me here is pointless. If he's a unit buffing commander, he should not be having a damage skill. This should have been support. This should have been damage CC. This should have been anything but a damage skill. Okay, you can justify, well, but look, level 5, the healing, less healing, and a level 10, minus 12 defense. Both of those things are very meaningless for the type of commander that I would run with him. But all that aside, I do still think that these three skills can actually be very good. You have plus 15 here. And shout out to Ombra for, gathering all the scaling from all the skills in PBE currently. So this is an extra 5% and a 5% HP plus a 15, that gets modified by command. So I do feel that Gothmog has had a nice buff. Nobody uses Gothmog, not a serious player. I do feel that this puts him back in the game, and this is one of my favorite commanders to see. I don't know if any of you will remember, but FTPW, shout out to One Field, who doesn't play anymore. There was a player, I can't remember his name now. Oh jeez, he used to run. Sorry.
Have you tested Gothmog and PBE yet?
I've been trying, but I don't.
Well, you probably want to test it for think that it's really good.
No, wait.
A little bit.
I know what you mean. The skills alone on him look good, right? Because
they look good.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I know I have seen people running the OP, Isengard T4 with them and getting above 110,000 damage. I know, and that's why I wasn't gonna mention them, because those units are not the ones to be tested with, get a true measure, right? And so because this is my good account, I wanted to try to use only evil in a formation to see just how the possibility of running him. And let me show you guys what the theory that I had, and my question to Gore's, the guide group that we have there. So I was thinking, man, if I can buff my units, the damage from my units, basically 80% on small units or Urukai, right? From all these two skills, and plus some extra attack. Now, if I can increase the attack on my units, then that's gonna make me do some crazy damage. And I went back to the 1.0 time where we had Witch King, doing double follow-up with Alchemist and, pumping out 200k of fire damage. Like, you know what? I'm gonna test this theory. I'm gonna put some Alchemists on my bad boy Gothmog here, and I'm gonna see just how much damage he will do. And it's actually
that's exactly what you need to do. Go on ahead and do it.
Exactly. You can see right here on the screen.
I'm in the part.
Oh, sorry. So I've been hitting. So what I've done is I combined the formation that I think that could work well. Very big here, right? I was thinking I'll give my entire formation follow up, right? So double attack on my Urukai on Gothmog. Okay, all the buffing damage on Gothmog as well. I'll give the Deceiver some extra damage on the units, and I'll give the White Rider some extra damage as well. So 25% damage taken from another like 12% from, from the Deceiver, and then double attack from Witch King, and all the extra damage from Gothmog. And it's
you gotta test it and then let us know, man, because that's kind of what everybody's doing, is trying to find that little secret, hidden thing that they can exploit and make really powerful. And then the caveat with element, and that's what I have on my notes here. Elemental units, okay, physical damage units, I can bump their attack to 200, 250, and they're gonna do some pretty serious damage. The issue with alchemists and also oathbreakers is that the only thing that determines how much, the scaling of their damage is the actual damage stat. Where a physical unit uses both damage and attack, elemental only use the damage. And there isn't, besides skills, there isn't any gear essentially that will increase the unit's damage. And so, I know.
Unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am, I've been thinking about this for a while. Elemental units are basically dead units. Right now, at least. Hopefully the devs see this video. I don't know if anybody brought this up to them, but Oathbreakers and any elemental unit, like the Elven, I can't remember their names now. The Elven little girls that have the two
Speakers?
The
keepers. There you go. I haven't used them in so long that I forgot their name. Keepers. Go ahead.
We gotta ask everybody, like, what is everybody tested or know has been tested that's working, and then have everybody take a minute and explain or share with the others, like, hey, we found this works, or this is good, or try this, or we need to go around and just see what everybody thinks and what they found.
Well, let's start with you, my friend. What have you been finding?
I haven't had a lot of time, but the one thing, and I didn't find this, and I believe it was Eneb, the guy that used to, old pirate who did the music intro. Yeah, we used to be able to run for YouTube copyright, fucked it all up.
Yep.
I sure missed it, by the way. It's so much better than the intro you have now, by the way.
What I can do for that is I'll just put it up for the start, and I'll just cut it off after the live stream. Then that'll be fine.
That works. Anyway, I believe he's testing with some other than old pirates or whatever, but he found that the certain right balance with Sauron and Witch King to debuff, these attack, these metacoms, Dane and Bjorn, and get them down to a point where they're not doing like half the damage they normally would, but it's significantly less than what their normal damage output with this combo of Witch King and Sauron. Witch King with the high command, Sauron with the
high
240 focus, and being the first, being a little bit of speed, not crazy speed, but fast enough to be faster than everybody else in the formation. But that combo is providing pretty good results against these meta comps.
Yes, that is one of the two. I mean, that's who I run together. I find whoever needs to run after that, maybe Shadow and Lurtz, I don't know. But Witch King and Sauron, I would personally pair those two guys together. Gotta find the right composition, right? But that debuff can go so high on damage dealers.
Like 100 or some crazy number, it just kind of cuts them in half.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember somebody mentioning that it dropped a guy from 230 to 120, 130.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. If you drop somebody to that low and you have a pretty high unit, 115 on your units, that's essentially okay. Guys, I'm not doing calculations here, so this is just a conversation. That's essentially a White Council just in reverse.
And just general disclaimer, we're just talking theory crafting. Don't take what we say for granted. Try it yourself. Yep. We're not experts. We're just testing here and trying to help as we can the general community. With the knowledge that we've gained. But we're not the,
Yeah. All right. Well, Fen, what have you been using, my friend? And you know, any interesting findings that you've had so far? Any gems in your testing so far?
Or
complete losses too, you know?
Yeah, my KA, because I've always been a King Aragorn main, and with the new Sauron stuff, he's hardly breaking that 60k damage now, so that's my least favorite thing so far.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to make him work. I'm trying to get out a build that I actually got help from with Rain Wizard with the Sealdor, Gandalf the White, KA, to try and make somewhat of an army build. It's like you guys said, it's all right, but
Yeah.
like the Dane Bjorn meta still just absolutely ruin it.
Yeah.
It does. And I respect that you're trying, though, man, because we need diversity. We need this stuff that we used to have to come back. You know, we really do.
Yeah, we do, man. This is a commander. I really hope that they find a way to bring him back. I love King of the Dead, man. This guy needs to come back. Jeez. It's not asking too much, devs. All right.
I actually faced a guy in PBE. I think he's from Gaia, who had a Z11 King of the Dead in PBE yesterday.
What's his name? Is it Dig?
Dig Duck?
Oh, it's Dig.
Well, yeah.
What a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what a surprise that it's Digger.
Who's that?
Oh, my Lord. What? Two steps. What about you?
I've been running my usual composition: Wish King, Sauron, Undying, and Shadow, and I'm pretty disappointed.
Are you?
I don't think. I mean, I'm doing much better than before. Yes, and I do beat the occasional meta formation. Yes, I do. But I'm there doing dancing naked for the RNG gods, and once in a while I listen. And so occasionally I do get a win against a Z6 formation meta, but it's not consistent.
Got it.
You live
Sorry,
in
go
a
ahead.
permanent state. You live in a permanent state of disappointment.
Yeah, I'm trying everything, man. Like, I'm already out of hammers in the PB. Like, I've tried everything till I found something that is good and it's working in what I have now. And I mean, as I said, it's a hit or miss. There's moments that works, moments that doesn't work. And yes, I like the combination of Wish King and Sauron, but I don't think it's enough. Like, because individually they both suck. Like, so Wish King, what is he good? You can build on full focus, you do 60k damage. Okay. You build on full command, but then you need the whole command base team to make them work. Then you have Sauron, and like they took away the pre-game steal, and I think that's a good thing. But as Fed mentioned, I agree, that's a very good thing. But in the same way, playful, 100% evil players like me, we're just now we have nothing to, we don't have a reason to hang on to Sauron anymore. Like, he's just his scaling sucks. Like, you can have a 280 focus Sauron, and that damage stat goes from minus 15% to minus 23.5. Like, I'm sorry, nah. And they gave him all that focus. You need to use a DD weapon, likely, or you need to use a Nordor sword, or you need to give him a pipe or something. And plus, you need speed, because he needs to act before Sauron, and that's not easy. I mean, before Wish King, in order that Sauron applies his debuff before Wish King, or else it's pretty bad. I mean, Wish King will take 50 attack away, and then if Sauron hits after Wish King, the percentage is smaller. So, I mean, they added only one stack to Undying too. Like, that's just, I'm sorry guys, I'm disappointed. And I don't want to even talk about, like, they did not change the Nazgul. Like, why does it need to hit the first 3 rounds? Why can't it hit every 3 rounds? Like, wouldn't that small change of the skill help evil out?
But
Why doesn't he hit first?
that's where we go back to. I don't think they they changed the skills. They just changed some things to scale. That's essentially all. Most of the changes have been either just scaling skills or changing from a static, number for like, plus 10 attack or something. Either just so it scales now, so it's higher, like Gil-galad's R5, or changing that to a percentage of damage. Those are the only changes essentially.
Like also like Witch King's R5 it's still like it's based on command, and I don't understand that. Like it should be command and focus, or like Undying healing. Like if you look at all the skills that the commander has, it's all attack. Like why do it as healing for Undying needs to go based on focus? It's just like they are making it more complicated than it should be to find a way to build commanders where they have a pretty straightforward skills of sets.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think, as I said, the PBE is in the right direction. I'm still disappointed, not in a way that of the changes. I'm more disappointed on the fact that still I feel like there's no much help that Evil has now. And I do think that the Witch King Sauron is a great combo, but it's not game-changing in that Kraken team fight. Like, if Jax goes against another Jax, I don't see Witch King Sauron winning him the PvP if the enemy has the Sauron, Bjorn, Bane, and the usuals.
Got it. I have to agree with you there. It's still, like I said, there's the skills are still not there. Now, are they gonna see this and hey guys, we gotta change skills? I don't know, because it goes back to the question from Kraken later, Bjorn. If are they gonna give respect vouchers? In my opinion, I think they should, at least for some, because a lot of these commanders were not used because they sucked. So by making changes to 60 something commanders and maybe making some of them playable, I feel like some kind of compensation, or not compensation, but allowing people to redo some of the things that they were basically forced to do would be ideal. But I don't know. I remember a while back this being a question in that Beacon and of Light or something, that they had the Q&A, and they said we will not be giving any more respect vouchers. Although when they changed the skills for the healers, they gave complete respect wipes for like 10 different commanders. So I think it's always possible. I hope that they do. I would love to change my formation. I love to go from the main meta to something different. But in order for me to do that, I would need to get, some respect vouchers for that. What about you, Scar? From the time you've been playing PBE, have you found anything interesting?
I'm just going to follow up on what you just said. I also think that it's necessary to give respect vouchers because everybody retailored their entire accounts from being able to use, many commanders to being able to use a select 4 to 8. And now with a little bit of an expansion of more commanders maybe being useful, but still having that kind of main set.
Yeah.
If we can't change where we've put our investment into our account, then there's no point of even changing the commanders. They're not going to retain any of the current player base.
You just hit it right on the nail. If there's not going to be, if players just are not going to be able to kind of redo what they did, there's no point in changing them. At least not for the current player base, maybe for new players. But nobody's gonna go, I'm gonna give my. I mean, Krakens might do this, but us regular players or players that are trying to not spend us anything at all, trying to justify keeping all the money that we can to ourselves.
What you mean? What you mean, bro? You are a Kraken. You run a Kraken account.
Bro, I'm not spending anything anymore, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not like if they say, hey, we're gonna make this new commander great. I'm not gonna put money into that guy because I already have the meta. Why would I change? Why would I put more money into a new commander unless he was so OP compared to Dane or Bjorn or Gandalf the White? Maybe they come out with maybe they came out with Tom Bombadil, and it's like, yo, he has every single element, and it scales off nothing. There you go. You know, it's
exactly.
he's gonna do from 0 to 10 million% damage just because he's Tom Bombadil. You know, maybe people put money into that, but you know, why would I put money into Gothmog, even if he's better than he was, if he's still gonna get wrecked by another 12 current commanders that I already put respect into? Scar hit it right on the nail. So it makes no sense for these changes unless they allow players to make some kind of reset. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah,
that's a very good
breaking the
point.
meta does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, breaking the meta, unless they completely break the meta, there's no one's going to invest anything into this game unless they drop new commanders. You know, like every other game we probably have played, mobile game, you have new content coming out, and they're just reshaping old content. And since this investment was made when the old content came out, we should be able to retool that investment when they retool the content.
Exactly.
New content, new money. This isn't new content, kind of my opinion on that.
I agree with
in
you.
terms of PBE, mostly just tried to make Kieran work. I think Jax feels the same way about this as me, is that Kieran was our baby, and we're gonna keep trying no matter what. But if we do get vouchers, I think maybe I will say goodbye to my Kieran this time around. We were running a Kieran, Sunny, Theo, and Gandalf the White build, sometimes Witch King, with Dragoons and Arbalists, but it's not working out too well, but we hoped it would.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jax.
Last I got into neutral or PBE.
You're breaking, Jax. You're breaking.
Yep. All right. Can you hear me?
Barely.
Most times I've gotten through new PBE is
It still can't hear you.
What I think, like, the big reason they need to give us respect refunds is just because we purchased, I don't know, you go to a car dealership, right? And you're looking all nice and BMWs, just to give a stupid example. And, I purchased an M3, and you walk out with a Series 1 now. Like, you bring it to a dealership, they're going to change the oil, they're going to adjust things, and you walk out with a completely different car. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah. But let's backtrack a few months now, though. Me personally, seeing all the current updates and the current chests we've been getting, it seems like the devs are on a positive roll here, a positive momentum. Let's just do a little bit of a recap. We've had, all of the like trade bazaar, deals recently have been pretty decent, where you got, for $150, $170, you got like 7 pieces of gold gear. We had that one sack that some people are getting a gold gear every 10, 13 pulls, So, but not just that on the spending side. Last few updates have been pretty decent. The new update that we have with the gear, I was praying for them to let me use, for example, thick armor. Let's say, some gear were like, you have to have 4. If you didn't have 4, you couldn't use them, or the skill wouldn't proc. And so now that they let you use 2 and 2 of each, and when you use the 4, you get an extra boost. That's awesome. That's pretty good, right? They could have not done it. They did it. That's great. And there has been quite a few updates recently that has improved the game. So whereas a year ago it was just cosmetic updates, oh, we're changing the button, we're changing how the shadow looks on the map. Now has been, we're actually changing the gameplay, which is good. which makes me think
I
that.
agree.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to say like it's definitely a breath of fresh air comparison. So like everything is going in the right direction. I just think they just need to do a little bit more, just that little step more, and all the players will be happier. This is, I think, is what I would summarize a lot of it.
I agree with you. I do think, like I said, I don't think PBE is said and done. It's important that people do put out, they do put out real feedback, and I'm very appreciative of, especially at least the one that I'm speaking to on a constant basis, Vessi. Vessi tests PBE like a madman. He's always giving feedback. So people that are testing, Denshun just joined the team, the Gore's, guide team with crazy mathematician as well. So people that are testing should voice their opinion either, to somebody that makes videos, Ombra, myself, we got HJW. There's not that many of us left that are constantly making videos, but we're still doing it. So to those guys, or you post your own opinions in the game and on the Discord, because if they don't know that we think that commanders haven't really been changed, they're not going to change anything. So we gotta PBE is the time. If we're not gonna say anything until PBE is over, then we missed the boat. So
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Jax.
Yeah. The most to Scar, the most I've gotten Karoon to do in PBE is 122K.
Well, what unit were you using?
That's pretty dang good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Let me make some changes to this guy right here while you guys are talking.
Oh, I miss Kieran so much. I miss Kieran from season 2.
I never faced Kieran from
him
season
back.
2. I heard he was disgusting in season 2.
Oh, with war chariots when they were like big units, and like remember when the hammer first came out, and you just got plus so much attack.
Yes. Oh, that was some nasty times. That's true. When that hammer came out, then it was buffing war chairs by like 500%. Is basically. I remember that. Yeah.
It was like plus 50.
No.
I think that on the topic of these updates, the updates recently have been great. I really love them, but the funniest part about it is the best parts of the updates are all the things that are changing things back to how 1.0 was.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all everybody's favorite parts. And I think that it does show that they are listening to feedback. So what you said about people needing to speak up is definitely true, because we don't voice our opinions and voice that like, we want this back. Like, we love this part. Some of the changes they've made have been good, but like, we want a simpler game. This game is taking out all the countering aspect and making one meta build has just been so frustrating and boring for so many people. And the variety of this game has been lost, and the desire to spend without any new content coming out is not going to be there.
Yep.
And I think people would be happy to continue to invest in this game if they look to continue to invest in this game themselves. And like, when's the last time we saw a new season come out? Like, that was RR, and then RR got pulled immediately after. So, like, we need to see new seasons. We need to see new content, and then they're going to see more income flow in from that.
Yep.
And I think that the player base would stick around if we could see something like that come in, as well as, like, these updates are great, but we need more than just minor updates. We need a season, Commanders.
Yep. How do you guys feel if sub skills came back?
Happy, very happy.
I feel I feel like sub skills would be the way to. Let me paint the picture. Let's say you have, for example, Isildur. Isildur is a good example. I feel he is a jack of like multiple trades, especially being a unit commander, like a true buffing commander, both offensively and defensively. He has his R3, which is follow-up. Bottom R0 gives more attack. And then top R0 and R5, it's both defensive skills, right? And so my thought is, if we brought back sub skills, it will allow the devs to say, look, there are 2, 3, 4 ways you can play a commander within that army, right? So you can have sub skills where you can do offensive things. You can do skills. I mean, obviously inside of that role for that commander, you know, or you can go, okay, actually I want to build this Isildur to be a tank, but also a unit attack buffer, or a tank and a unit defensive buffer, you know, and things like just kind of like 1.0 was, you know. And so I think that would be an awesome way for them to bring back variety, is just let people have sub skills again. Just a thought. I would have loved it. I used to love to theorycraft based on that.
I agree. And go ahead, Jax.
What? What?
But no, I was just gonna say, and I think that something I mentioned the last time we talked on stream was dropping the commanders. I would love to see the commanders drop from 4 to 2.
Yeah.
Because I think that allows a lot more counter gameplay and variety in builds and more marches. Because having one march most of the time from the majority of the player base really kind of stinks.
It's the same thing.
I agree with that as well. Just I wanted to touch real quick. I also agreed with you about the sub skills, because that is an area of the game that I miss dearly. Because I remember back in 1.0, I used to play a lot of Gil-galad, and I would play him one way. If I saw somebody with, you know, a Witch King and a lot of elemental damage coming in, you would like change your skills. So you had that extra, whatever that sub skill was in White Council.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
buffs up
exactly. That is
your
true.
resistance to those.
That is true.
And
Yeah.
if you saw somebody coming with a key rune, you're like, well, that's not going to help me very much. So you switch to the evasion.
Yeah, that is true.
That's something missing. And I also agree with the 4 commanders per army is kind of a strange setup. I think 3 would be a great way to go, because I don't know, 2 feels weird to me. One was good. We could always go back to 1, but I guess they don't want to do that, and we don't want to go all the way back to 1.0 because they wouldn't do that. But but I think 3 might be a nice balance. If that could be something worth trying. It could be interesting and fun, and then you could split your commanders up and have more viable formations countering each other and stuff. I'm looking forward. I'll log into the PBE soon, so that maybe by your next podcast, fellow, I have a little bit of more constructive first-hand feedback that I can provide.
Sweet. No, it's good.
You're doing YouTube videos too, correct?
Every once in a while, yeah. Just some updates on our season.
Okay. So I think, we're on the right track. The developers are working. They are implementing changes slowly, surely. So hopefully this will continue ascending to where we want it to eventually get to. And we'll have like a happy medium balance here. And, all we can do is hope and just wait, be patient.
Yeah. Yep. Essentially, that's all we can do, really. Oh, come on. Let's unlock this baby. I'm trying to get Gothmog the right gear so I can test what we've been talking about. My lord.
But I do agree with your gun. Like 3 would have been the perfect number. Like fair numbers don't really do so well, likely, as with 3 you can really play around a lot with. Like you need a damage dealer, 1 supporter, 2 and 1, or 1 and 2, or 3 of different types and styles. I don't know. 4 is just awkward, and it allows too much possibilities in one.
Yeah, too much RNG.
Yeah, I'll apologize. I'll apologize in advance, but I'm going to quote the Rings of Power show where they say 1 corrupts, 2 divides, but 3 is balance.
There you go. There you go. Rings of Power served for something.
Speaking of the show, what do we think?
Of the show?
Yeah.
I'll let you guys. I'll give you my feedback after everybody. I might have some mixed answers here for you guys. Go ahead.
Well, for me personally, I think it's better than I thought it was, but it's still not catching me as I would like it to.
You need those big battles, excitement, and action like movies, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's coming.
Maybe, yeah. What do you think, Scar?
I didn't even finish the first season.
Okay.
She's too cool for that. You guys. She's too cool.
I just am bad at watching TV shows if they're not like stupid reality TV. So. Or Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, so real Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Hard to top that.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
I think the show just moves a little bit too slow.
Yeah, it does.
For me, so season 1, horrible, horrendous. I mean, I slept. I slept on the first episode. That's how. I mean, and I love Lord of the Rings. I watch every 6 months. My wife and I, we will watch, you know, the extended version of Lord of the Rings every 6 months. Big, love it. I fell asleep in the first Rings of Power episode. Now, wait. I mean, the whole season was. I mean, I'm not gonna get into the whole debate about, you know, elves with different hair types. I'm not gonna get into that, you know, because me here, I'm just gonna go based off, you know, was the story good? It was just bad. Season 2 though has surprised, just like Two Steps said. It's nowhere near what it should be or it could be, but it's definitely better than season 1. I read an article today. If I knew we were gonna talk about it, I would have pulled it up.
Yo, how much did the show cost? Like $1 billion?
Yeah, if not more so far.
$1 billion?
Yes. Do you guys know how many people watched the first episode in the US?
How many?
Less than 1 million. The first episode.
Well,
And we got 5 seasons coming. It's already signed on for 5 seasons.
Wait a minute. Sorry, fellow. I'm sorry. 1 million of season 2 or season 1? I'm getting
No. Season 2. I read an article from
yikes.
I mean, obviously it could be a lie. It could be the numbers could be skewed, even if it's half, even if it's skewed by half. Think about a country with 300 and some over 300 million people in the US. You know, Rings of Power
is that the first 24 hours, fellow?
Within the first week, I believe, because I saw the article today.
think about this chat. You got people Florida like can't be bothered.
You know, so like they said, this is a very bad sign for Rings of Power. Really bad sign.
For me, the episodes release at like 3 a.m. or something, so I don't get to watch them until like the next day or something.
Yeah, but it's I think it was like within the first few days. It wasn't exactly the first 24 hours.
I look at it like this: we can either have a Lord of the Rings show, or we can not have a Lord of the Rings show. I would rather have a Lord of the Rings show that's meh than not.
Than nothing.
I 100% agree with you, because or else there's nothing less that we will like.
Exactly.
I can enjoy Lord of the Rings from.
And I do believe the actors are doing a phenomenal job, given what they have to work with.
You know, life is all about expectations versus reality. That's where a lot of people experience disappointment in their life, because they're expecting one thing but getting another. But if you're not expecting something big and huge and great, then you won't be as disappointed.
That is very true. Guys, that's why don't create expectations for PBE. You'll be happy in the end.
Yeah, and if everybody had high expectations, blame Tolkien for his work and blame Peter Jackson for his movies.
Oh, true. True. Oh, let's see here. Can we do?
If you didn't do such a good job, nobody would have had high expectations.
Exactly. Darn Tolkien. Oh my Lord.
We live in this world where everybody in this day and age, they all expect everything to be great and instant, right?
True.
Because that's the world we live in. Everything is instant gratification. There's none of this like years and decades ago. Motherfuckers put in work. you had duty. Duty was before anything else, right? You did your due diligence, you got your result. But now it's like, oh, pay me now, or I got to have this right now, ASAP, instant everything.
Yeah.
So it's a different age.
Yeah, having to live and adapt, right? Let's see, a couple more over here, and then we can see just how much that's gonna help. Yoamir said, kind of going back to what we were talking about, the number of formations. He said, go with 2. It allows for countering. 3 and 4 is too complicated for a countering system. Yeah, I mean, if you guys remember, it was supposed to be 9 armies in a formation, or 90 formations in an army. They went down to 4. Imagine 9 formations in an army.
Yeah, that's woo-wee.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even.
You wouldn't even be able to read the report.
Exactly. It just doesn't. It just would never. It wouldn't make sense. Like, why would you run 9 heroes in one army? It just. That was. Glad they went to 4.
So stupid.
Yeah.
It wouldn't it? I mean, you literally couldn't even read the reports.
Yeah.
You couldn't. Like,
Nothing would have an effect. Everything would be so insignificant that it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah.
It'd be like a Bible, reading the Bible, trying to read one report.
Yeah, exactly. Like reading Isaiah. Sheesh, that thing is hard to read.
Yeah. Nobody got time for that mess.
All right, guys.
Taking off.
Go again.
It's too hot. I know, it's fucking hot. You got that right.
All right, let's send them back. This fool's waiting for me again. All right, let's see what happens. After all that work, let's see how much attack this guy has. 184. Still not where it should be. Let's try to bump him up a little. In the meantime, 190. It's not gonna go up by that much anyways. This shall suffice. Let's see what happens if he hits now with an actual gear for attack. Hopefully that works. Let's see here. Arsenal, so you're liking season 2? Yes, season 2 is much better. I mean, we got to see Tom Bombadil. We got to see Tom Bombadil for the first time in history. And that was on Amazon show.
Yeah, I mean, we're only halfway through, so we still got 4 more episodes and I hope there'll be a little bit more excitement.
Yeah.
They've set everything up.
Yeah.
It's time to, give us a little climax here.
Mike, I think my little nitpicking with the show is everything looks too clean. Like everything's too staged.
They haven't really gotten and shown a lot of evil stuff, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's probably.
Yeah, I mean that's like there's a lot of dialogue, but very little, actual stuff appearing.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
I mean, it was kind of cool seeing the Barrow Whites. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I was watching. My wife was like, "Let's watch them." Like last week, the first three episodes. We watched the first one. My son was like, "No, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to." Like, my wife was like, "We're watching this." And then we watched. We watched the first one. She liked it. She's like, "We're gonna watch the next 2 right now." So we watched all 3 of them. We're like, "All right, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent." Yeah. And then yesterday, I got home from work. Like, you know what day today is? Rings of Power. I mean, like I said, guys, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. So even at Rings of Power, I'm still excited to watch it. And so then we watch it, and as soon as I saw when they got to the Barrow White place, I was like, "Oh, I know this. And then I pop up the game, and I'm like, let me show you where the Barrow Whites are in the map." And I show my wife where the Barrow Whites are in the map in the game. Yeah. That's how nerdy we get with these things. So
You know, the barrel whites though, they they go down as just as quick as they do this thing.
Exactly.
Things are as strong as a wet paper back, bro. I mean, they just wreck. One touch them and they dead.
Yeah, that was funny.
Look at them crossing, they dead.
Oh, that was funny. I mean, there's some interesting things in the. I think so. I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about this. I don't like the way they did the look for Anatar. You know, they could, even if they're gonna use the same actor, they should have at least made him look more presentable. You know, his hair is all messed up, he looks all funky. But the way that he is playing everybody, probably maybe that's not how Tolkien, envisioned it. But it's been interesting to see how he's playing like this. If you guys seen the last episode, he's playing to be this poor guy that has nowhere to go. And out of nowhere, he shows up in Celebrimbor's forge. He's like this big guy. So I think it's fun to see how this whole deceiver. We got the skill, deceiver for Sauron. And he is deceiving everybody, which is kind of cool to see. So
I think that the show, and this may be the case for a lot of shows, even the greatest of all shows. The first season kind of drags and kind of has to set the stage, introduce all the characters in the background, the motivations, whatever. But then, as you get into season 2, it ramps up a little, gets a little better, and then season 3 it starts to, really hit its stride, and then from there on, it's, it just turns into fire.
Yeah.
Like Sopranos or whatever, any of these greatest shows of all time. I feel like the first season setting the stage, setting everything up, and it's like the slow smoldering burn towards a fire, right? So hopefully that's the way it turns out.
I hope
and
so.
I feel like that maybe
slow.
It's pretty slow.
I mean, we should see
No,
Reggie
you're right.
fall by the end of the season.
You know who I like in that?
They're going to go by the lore.
Yeah.
We should see
You
who?
know how I like in that show?
We should see a Regian fall by the end of the season.
Okay.
Celebrimbor should be on a spike.
Yeah, I think that's coming. These big battles, all that's coming. You know what I like in this show?
Who?
The homeboy, the OG Serdon. I like him.
Yes. I mean, you guys saw me. I took a photo and I added everybody on Discord. I was like, oh, what? I was like, this is
I like
sick. That was cool to see him there.
I like him because I use him in the game. It's me and only me and one other cat that use Serdon I've ever seen. That's the what's the name? Shoji X or Bison or whatever over there. Look.
Yep.
Nobody uses Commander. I use him. He all right. But I just like him. I like him so far. He's cool. Yeah.
Yep. That was cool.
He's all right. Yeah.
I'm still taking a beating here.
I do agree that like all great TV shows start up, get slow. I may get shot in the back here now, but like I also think Game of Thrones wasn't that great the first season.
Right.
Like it takes forever for Game of Thrones.
Right.
Like
yes, it does. You know what my favorite show right now is, or the last probably 5 years, is Yellowstone. Yellowstone is fantastic.
Yellowstone is in the Yellowstone Park?
No, it's a show about a rancher and his land up in Montana.
Okay.
With Kevin Costner, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that, yeah.
I think it's a number 1 rated show last couple years, but it's just so different from, I guess, modern TV as a whole, right? Because there's so much garbage out there, man. I don't want to see none of that. All this PC and all this whatever, all this crap. I don't want to see that. That show for me, it hits home because that's kind of similar to some of my people,
Yeah.
It's something different in general, and I love it. It's such a great show.
This is sad. As you can see, you got
two steps so.
We got Gothmog here doing 25,000 damage.
That ain't gonna cut it, bro.
No, it's not. Obviously, I mean, I'm still lacking on command. But still, it's No, not even
The
close.
minimum, I think, for troop damage commander, okay, and the troops, the minimum damage for them to be in your first or second army has got to be like 60k. It's got to be at least 60k.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Well, let me
If you
change it
want
up here, but yeah.
Something good, like, you know, I got my Azra Core, he putting out somewhere around 70 to 90.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's kind of, you know, the sweet spot you want to be in for a troop damage commander. The troop damage, 70 to 90, I feel like. If you can get it to 100, that's elite. Like Serdon, I was just talking about him. My Serdon does around 50 to 60 somewhere in there every round, but he got a little bit of healing, he got a little bit of support, R5, so I accept that because he's doing other stuff for us, you know. He's not going to the bench.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where you want it to be.
Let me change it up a little bit. Obviously, guys, I'm running R0 Witch King and R4 Sauron, so I'm not really debuffing him. I'm not debuffing him at all, so I don't even know why I'm using those two guys. So let's change it up a little bit. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna keep Gothmog.
You know what?
I'm gonna switch one.
Try this. Try this real quick. You're trying to make Gothmog work. Try this. Try Theo, Gothmog, Sneed, and Witch King with all cavalry.
Yeah, I don't have Sunend.
Oh, you don't?
No,
You
I mean,
didn't?
no, good side account right here, Jax. It's not the Roaring one.
You're on my good side account.
Yeah.
I don't have Sneed on that?
No.
Really? I didn't know that. How'd that happen? Anyway, if you try Theo or anybody else out there, this might work. Theo, Gothmog, Sneed, and Witch King, and then run Dragoons on Sneed. Let's see, and the other three just throw Raiders on them, and then use all those skills, synergize them for cavalry. I think you might have some decent results right there.
So what? Okay, I'm gonna have to build some troops for that. I'll try that.
Yeah, somebody that can try that, maybe try it, and
I mean, that's Fernando says something interesting. He said maybe put ranged units. Usually, ranged units have more. You know, the thing is, I'm trying to run evil units here to see, right, if I can make him work that way. But I'll do some more thinking here. I was trying to kind of stay with the evil, the evil lineup to see if we can make, the evil thing work instead of having to mix good side and evil side.
You kind of have to just optimize it and use what it tells you. You can't really, be in this area where you're like, all right, I want to just do this. You have to be open, I think.
Oh no, for sure.
That formation that I'm talking about, I haven't had a chance to test it yet, but I was looking at it, up late looking at it. I believe it's something like 100% damage. Increase, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Theo, Gothmog, Sneed, and Witch King, something like 100% damage increase, something like that. Yeah, for troops.
All right, cool. I got an idea. I'm gonna try. Yeah, let's go with Gothmog. I'm gonna try Gothmog and Theo together, and then I'm gonna test two other things here. I'm gonna cook some units, for the next few hours here, build all the barracks. But also, I'm moving here on the west so that we can do some testing. So my last fort that I need is almost done.
Show the map. Show everybody this 10v2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Give me a second. I'll show that up.
Yeah, show them all the pins and fighting the whole server right now. It's rough. We holding it down though. For now.
All right. So before I'll close with showing the map. Let me just read a few more notes. Okay. From what's up, Wyman? All right. Let me read a few notes here. These I'll read. First, I'll read Vesi's notes that he sent to me earlier. And then I'll read Law's notes, as a Law's quite long. So, let's see.
Stop doing your commanders and all that. And just focus on whatever the notes are. You're gonna be distracted.
No, yeah. I'm on Discord. It's just there's a lag on YouTube and what I'm seeing. There's like a few seconds lag. Yeah.
Got it.
So.
Yo, Wyman, what's up with Iron? You guys are splitting off from Bear. Huh?
Yes, sir. That's what I heard.
Is that the case, Wyman? You guys going your own way? What's up with Aces, Scar? When y'all gonna get in the season? What y'all trying to do?
Maybe one day. we'll leave bagging. But I think, as I said before, we were originally planning on that PBE coming out right after we hit bagging. So we were kind of just gonna say, okay, we're just gonna full focus PBE for like a while, and then worry about a season after, because we didn't want to try to do both at once, because as you guys know right now, when you do both at once, you can't really focus on testing what you want to test and have the time and the mindset and the attention span for it. So the 2-week delay on that really kind of screwed us over, because everybody got really bored and was like, doesn't want to be on the game.
Yeah.
So we're still deciding right now what we're up to, but there are a lot of people fully focusing into PBE and testing, and then we'll see when a fun server comes around.
Where y'all at on the where y'all camped out on the PBE map? I'll try and come over and visit y'all.
Well, we're right in the middle here. So if you join Dragon, Jax. Yeah. So if you join Dragon.
No, we fighting Dragon. Rome is fighting Dragon.
Oh, I know, but if the thing is, if you want to get to the middle very quick, join Dragon, and then you can get, because they have a fortress right in Wither Gardens here, and you can just because this is where the testing is really happening here.
I can't see because you're still doing your items on this screen that I'm watching, so I don't know if you're showing me. I can't see that. Right.
All right, cool. I know.
Maybe hold on. Let me speed mine up. Okay, now I can.
Yeah.
My bad. That was my fault.
No worries.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So just join Dragon here. You know, that's what I'm doing. I joined them. I moved all over here. So
we're in Ash.
I know. I was in Rome. The only reason why I jumped out of Rome is because I want to come here and do some testing with Vessi and the guys.
Yeah.
So move over here.
So Wyman says it was a fun season with Bear. Let's see what are the plans for next seasons for now. He not telling us. He playing it close to the vest.
Yeah. He's not telling anything. We got some scoop though. We got the scoop. All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Vessi, he's talking about he was mentioning a few things to me earlier today.
Vessi like the real motherfucking what you call it, head of R&D. That cat, he on it.
Yeah, he is. All the time. He feels with the current, like, where the meta is shifting towards the medium units. Remember, medium units were a thing back in like early seasons, especially with Theo and stuff.
Yeah, I do.
But it died because a lot of people are running large units and things like that. Yeah. That used to be also still countering them in a way. Now a lot of people are running small units because they're pretty effective and cheap. But with the way things are going, he feels that the small unit meta is starting to die off.
Really?
Yeah, he thinks, because this is what he said. Let me see where it is.
You're gonna have to switch over to show our map.
Yes, I will. I'm just going to read these notes here, and then I'll jump over to the map. So he said, I think we may see a lot of Bow Knights now in NRP. Not only that, but the death of small unit meta. 20% death. Yeah, in NRP. A lot of people, most people are not using, this is why I've been questioning people all day today is, why are people now talking about Gil in NRP when people have been using Gil in RP forever, but for some reason they for some reason they thought that in NRP Gil wasn't effective, which he is. A lot of people are using Gil in NRP, so not to the same extent as they do in RP, but they still do, because he also said not only that, but the death of small unit meta. 20% damage makes running small units just about impossible. And large units are too expensive and time-consuming to make to reliably counter the medium. So you have to be running. So this is something related to Gil. So
cave trolls are kind of pretty good for that role.
I love trolls. I mean, they're yeah. I mean, I like, if you're gonna run a taunting unit, a protecting unit, mountain trolls are the best, the most cost-effective. If you don't want to be tying yourself down with great beasts or swan knights, which are resource heavy and time heavy, mountain trolls are still great.
You got 3D?
All right. I mean, man, Law has like a million things here to say. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who has a lot? Bessie or
Law. All right. So let me.
Well, I think he touches on kind of the general points.
Yeah,
not really.
So Law said, number one, commander skills and scaling. Low respect requirement for skills. The respect levels required to unlock commander skills have been lowered. Now the third and fifth skills are unlocked at respect 2 and 4, previously 3 and 5. That is true. This change makes commanders usable early and helps free-to-play and newer players. For most commanders, R10 will be the max you need to hit. To unlock 10 out of 10 on 3 skills, Zenith would be a flex only in most cases. That is true. More skill points per level. Commanders now receive 3 skill points per level between respect 1 and 15, previously 2. This increases the total pool of skill points, allowing more flexibility in builds. At respect 10 and level 50, players can now max 3 skills instead of 2. Next point, maximum skill points increased. The maximum number of skill points has increased to 110, which benefits whales by allowing 3 max skills plus 1 extra skill. Troop support skills buff. Most skills that buff or debuff troops now scale with command stat. This improves the overall effectiveness of commanders that specialize in supporting troops and helps streamline gearing for some commanders like Falcon, who previously needed 2 skills to shine. All good points. All to the point as well. This all sounds very interesting. It's kind of crazy. It's from 3 years playing this game, almost exactly 3 years. The first few things that I just read from Law sound counterintuitive. More skill points, not needing to be Zenith to have to max 3 trees. It all sounds a bit counterintuitive from what we experienced, which so far in PBE has been really, really nice, right? If we go here and we look at my Gil, he is R10, and I can max out. I couldn't do this before. I can max out 2 trees at level 40 and get very close to maxing out my other one. So I need, in this case, I need 10 more skill points, and that's exactly how many levels I have, 1 per level. You can max out 3, which is nice. All right, so the second topic he covers is damage commanders. Minimal changes to damage skills. Core damage dealing skills of damage dealers remain largely unchanged. Only troop support skills were adjusted to align with the troop buffs in the PBE. Meta remains the meta. Commanders who are already meta will likely stay strong, though some interactions like Sauron's skill stealing abilities have changed. Yep. And I like this approach in PBE. They are not nerfing commanders, they're just buffing the other ones. And that's the right approach. Imagine how many people would be asking for refunds if they suddenly just completely nerfed Dane, Bjorn, and all the other commanders. That would be a huge problem. So, number 3, support commander buffs. Troop damage buffs. A significant buff to troop support commanders was introduced. Many attack skills were replaced with percentage-based damage skills, enhancing troop damage potential. Scaling with command. Skills now scale with command stat, allowing them to exceed their listed limits based on gear and commander levels. Notable commander changes. Commanders like Gothmog, Keyrune, and Isildur have been benefited greatly from the changes. They won't likely replace the current meta, but it seems as though they can compete, as those changes will likely introduce many more army variations on the battlefield, which is a very good thing. Number 4, in this case, he talked about, his last point was Sauron's Deceiver skill changes, which used to activate in the pre-battle, and now it doesn't anymore. I do think this is the least issue of Sauron's skill, because it has a very minimal chance of proccing. Although it does, when it did, it was great, but definitely was the least. And at least on the other side, now that your R5 scales with focus, now you're debuffing a lot more on that skill than you were previously. So a little bit of a trade-off there. So
Yeah.
but again, guys, we're still going to be studying a lot of things. There's a lot of things to do in PBE. I wish the devs would have done differently than, putting us in a season 2, as you guys can see here on the map. I said this earlier, I think it was in Gore's Discord or somewhere. Instead of making so people actually had to fight, they should have made the whole map accessible. Open the passes for everybody, make it so you couldn't take them, and anybody can traverse through each part of the map. Because essentially, you're trying to get people to test things. Having people fight, it's not gonna really let you test, because you might fight a couple people here in this region that I'm in, but then the people go AFK and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go back to my live server. So then I'm stuck here for days trying to find people to fight. They should have just just made a whole huge arena, and people just hit each other. You wanna test the skills, but no.
Probably, it's probably very difficult to do what you're saying at first.
It's ridiculous.
You want to test the skill for us, yes, but you still have to fort. You still have to wait 8 hours to relocate. You still have. Come on.
I think we pick our battles here, bro. Like we love what's happening. We want more of it, okay? And let's that be the hill we die on, right? Not gotta travel 8 hours to get here.
I know, exactly. Let us test the skills. You want us to test for you. Yeah. Don't make me wait 8 hours to relocate, man.
Yeah, you're not listening.
What?
So you're not getting what I'm throwing down.
No, go ahead. Go repeat what you said.
Let's pick our battles.
I know, man. I know.
The battle's the struggle. The struggle is we want diversity. We want troop damage commanders. We want balance. Not we want to, you're doing that instant gratification. Oh, I want to be able to spawn and then fight immediately all the whole server. Nah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to fight people. I just want to test the skills that they're asking us to test.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. We gotta give them feedback, but it is what it is. I mean, between those two things, of course. Now, make me chase everybody around the map. Just give us just give us the skills rework that we need. That's all.
Well, I had to uproot some like 4 or 5 people from where I spawned just to get to the battle area, because of course, as soon as you get to the battle area and start trying to reinforce, these little scrubs running around, these little chicken heads running around, they're gonna snipe your reinforcements,
Isn't it crazy?
So then you gotta go back and deal with them and get them out of the way. So it took me I've been on this thing 4 or 5 hours, and I'm telling you, 3 of them is just getting people out the way so I can get where the fuck I'm going.
Isn't it crazy that people sign up for PBE they're trying to fight that is they were on a live server?
Yeah.
It's like, guys, just
they are.
That's
crazy. The dragon one you in right now, that's how they fight. Fighting like it's real life, and I'm slowly teaching them by the numbers.
That's crazy.
This is not going down like this. They learn it now. They starting to get it now.
Oh, that is funny. All right, so let's end on this note. Let's pull up the live server here, show you guys where we're at, and then we'll conclude. There we go.
Hot today where I'm at, bro.
How hot? What's the temperature?
I don't even know, but it feels like 90.
Oh wow! I mean, for the weather in the UK today was actually a very warm day too. It was nice. Yeah. I mean, it's not crazy hot, but for how the weather is supposed to be right now in the UK, it was good.
Yeah. It's probably not super hot in comparison with other places, but it's just abnormal for where this region I'm in. It's abnormal for this region, because this region is normally around 73 and a breeze every day of the year, right? So to be in 90 it's oppressive.
California's having the worst heat wave. I'm so tired of that.
Well, it comes every year though. This time, it's every year we get this late August, September.
Yeah, we get this and the wildfires.
Right, yeah, and then you go into this calm, nice next 5 months, and then the rain comes for 2 months, and then you get back to another 4 months of niceness. So it's not bad. I can't complain. We can't.
All right.
So let's see. We're doing a 10v2 here. So it's just basically the whole map, the whole server against us.
Yeah. When was the last time you guys saw these many different kingdoms in a server? That's
It's a lot.
not often. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different kingdoms playing in this game. All right. So you got.
There's probably like 20 some war bands or whatever.
Yep. You got gods and Utes here. You got the Hispanic community over here, Free and Hisp. You have then over. Oh, actually, there's 9 because Bull and Dome don't have a kingdom, or no, they do. They just haven't taken these lands. All right. So you got Bull and Dome over here at the bottom fighting us at the pass. You have Bruce C and LCDR up north by upper. By SAV. Oh, come on. There we go. Here we go. Then you have Alio and Order fighting us here by southwest of Dol Guldur. Then you have
That's the real motherfuckers right there. That's what they fight.
yeah, these guys are crazy right here. These guys they put
That's
it.
not bad either, actually.
Yeah, these guys are good. You got Neon and Theo fighting gods over here by the Gap of Rohan, sorry. And you got some other teams fighting each other. You got Luna, Coom, and Aped.
Yeah.
Let's see who else.
Yeah,
Smaller teams on the west. But man, all the action you guys can see, it's got it's one kingdom. It's us versus one. No,
It's 10v2.
Yep.
10v2 is just the people in the west. Some of them were in our region, but we kicked them out. So they
Oh,
went over
okay,
there.
that makes sense. Okay. All right, cool. So you guys see non-stop fighting right here, okay? You got 10 million participants over here. Gods alone holding it down on the pass right here. And you have Utes and Gods over here, 16.8 million in Undeeps. Man, the Utes are Undeeps. Essentially, Undeeps warriors. That's all we fight every season. It's somewhere in Undeeps. All right, then north over here we got 7.5 million from all these 4 groups. And then we're holding it down on the passes on the east over here. 7 million versus Bull and Dome. And then another 3.3 versus Free and Hisp. Now, you might ask, how are you guys so far up there when the biggest bubble is over here? How are you guys fighting all the way up over here by Rune? Well, if we pull up all these little bubbles, you're going to see that Hisp is having a hard time holding affiliated. They've been having some traders leave their fellowship and just attacking them. So you got 1.2 here, 500,000 here, almost 1 mil here of an affiliate fighting Hisp. So they're having a civil war right there. Okay, that's why, guys, it's a little bit calmer in the Hills of Rune for now. They're having some civil war over there. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean by civil war.
It's a good season so far. I'm happy.
Great season. No, great season.
Yeah.
You see all those pens for his?
Yeah. Man, I think you guys, I think you know what I mean when I said they're having a civil war,
No, they're not. That's not what's happening at all. What's happening is all the fools are dropping guild and beating each other down to get levels.
That's exactly what I was trying to say in code.
They're all dropping guild like, fuck this shit. I'm about to come back the same level. Fuck this. I ain't doing it no more.
There you
and
go.
They all
Yeah.
and just it out on each other. It's hilarious.
Kudos to them. It's been some good fighting over here for me. We've been fighting these guys for like a week or more now on this pass right here. So
nobody's giving up, so I give respect to every team.
Yeah,
here.
it's huge here.
Every team is fighting the entire time. They're not giving up. A lot of times you get in the situations and people just give up. But none of these teams have given up.
Yeah.
So I give them respect for that reason.
1,000,000%. Let's see what we got. I see we got some battle reports over here.
Yeah, it's funny how at the beginning of the season, everybody was kind of concerned of like, damn, I wonder if it's gonna be PvP. I don't know if is there gonna be competition, and well, the next thing you know, I got our hands full.
Yeah, we definitely got our hands full. Both hands.
Got Nasty Uber over here with his Z11 Bard, Z6Gs, Z16 Dane, Z15 Gandalf the White, and his Z23 Z15 Kingdom. There you go.
Yeah, he's strong.
Yeah,
he uses multiple combinations too. He does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
If you look in the fellowship chat the reports in fellowship chat, I had a pretty good one at the crossing against someone from Order. It was pretty interesting.
Let's go. Let's have a look.
I kind of got my butt whooped.
That dude Spec Moon is a beast, though, bro. He runs 2 accounts. That fool is a beast. He's a beast.
Spec Moon? Yeah. Look at that. I mean,
Interesting.
G Unit is huge too.
Yeah, he might be the biggest player in the game now.
Most likely, yeah. If Lonely is not in anymore, yeah, then yeah.
Eric's playing. He's in Aces.
Yeah, well, the Lonely.
Lonely's with us.
Yeah, man. Tell that fool.
He doesn't respond to no messages.
That's what I was gonna say. Tell that fool to reply to messages, man.
Yeah, like, what happened?
He's a very private guy.
Radar dark. Yeah, I know.
I definitely know that, but me and him, we used to talk.
Yeah, we had him on a few times. We were doing videos with him and stuff a few times here and there. Back
I'll let him know. And we play Overwatch every night, so I'll let him know tonight.
Oh, please do. Right. Please do.
So Lonely's still a big player then.
Yeah,
there you
cool.
go.
I mean, look at it. This
he
is
took a break the past 2 seasons, but he's back. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Good.
Cool.
Good.
I mean, this is a huge result for the difference. That is
not good to fight, but good to hear.
Yeah. This is a huge result for you, Turgon.
That's great, Turgon.
Considering the size difference in it's huge.
That's great. That fool's level 48 already. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh man! All right, so let's look at some crossings here. Let's see what people are up to. We got Specmon. This guy is a beast.
Yeah, dude, monster.
Doesn't stop. Non-stop fighting on this dude right here.
Yeah, that dude, man, he's legit, bro. I love that dude. I love that pickup. He's legit as it comes. I see that fool do everything. That's what I love about him. This fool will fight. He will clean the tile. He will destroy your fort. He played a fucking objective, and that's my favorite kind of player.
Yep.
Like the fucking objective, bro. Fuck running 30 tiles across the damn map to grab a damn 200 that some dude just touched with his tiler and cleaned all the tiles. Do it yourself, and he does that. And I love that dude, Spec Moon. Great Asian player.
Yep. Not too many. I mean, not the Asian players. Not too many people, with big accounts or very active tend to, or in very competitive teams. We've been having some internal conversation about this. Usually, we'll do all the different roles in that there is. Usually, you're a big Kraken, and you kind of just you fight. Yep. That's all you do. When it comes to tiling, nope. When it comes to sieging, nope. When it comes to a lot of the other things that definitely helps the team. I mean,
so bad, bro.
Let me use this example here. We got like 10 different bases right over here in the east. If every single player in here, we all take tiles, create a cutoff place, right? You cut, because you can't really tile until you cut off the reinforcement line to wherever you're trying to clean. So essentially what I do is I make a line straight this way, up here, right here. Let's clean everything on this side. Now they can reinforce, so then you can clean all this. If every player just takes 2-3 tilers, just boom, 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 you guys are gonna clean everything. It's gonna demotivate. People are gonna have less of a motivation to come back and hit you again, because they just took in the last hour 100 to 200 tiles from us. Man,
I think some of the problem is, for the Krakens, and in their defense, right? When they were on the teams they were on before they joined the competitive team, and this goes for all the fellowships and warbands out there, right? When they were on the smaller teams, the before they gravitated to the big, large, competitive team, that was their role. Their role was to just, clear the way or defend the way, right? It wasn't to do all the tiling and all this. They had a specific role that they spent their stamina on, and it was justified. It was justified. That you don't need to spend your stamina to go do this, that, and the other. You need to clear this shit because the smaller players will do that. But I think some of this is when you're a Kraken, a whale, get on a big competitive team, the dynamic has changed, right? Now we're all that, or most of us are all that. So we all now have to sacrifice for the betterment of the team and do these things that others used to do. We all have to do that now, because if no one is doing it and everyone is still keeping the mindset, well, I have this to do and I'm good at it, it's not going to work, because that role or those roles are not being filled and performed, right?
Yeah.
So it creates weakness for the team, as a whole.
Tiling is still key. Sieging, tiling, it's still part of the game. So if nobody does it, then doesn't matter how many armies you can hit, you're not going to progress.
Like I'm a perfect example of what I just said, right? I was that person before, where whatever team I was on before, the smaller teams, that was my role, and I just went and did my best to clear stuff or defend stuff, key strategic points. But like on this team that I'm on now, you'll see me out there, like I'll be like guarding the supply lines the whole day just so the hitters can, get their troops or whatever, right? I'm trying to perform those roles because it helps the team as a whole, and by proxy myself, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. Where are you at, by the way?
We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's hugely appreciated. But I know for sure that we're gonna be, we're definitely gonna be working on those little things. Always making improvements.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
it's gonna take some time for us to, I guess, to adjust and find an effective way. But at some point, we will get there. We're working on it.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, I believe we will. I believe we have the, potential to do anything that we want, like any other competitive team. If you get your shit together and everybody, works as one, it's better. And I believe that, we're on the right track. So.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, when 2.0 first was introduced, I remember hearing about, man, tiling is gonna become so useless now, because you can just move anywhere. But then, tiling is just, it's just as important now as it used to be. It's just a different mechanic now. Now you can, if there is no enemy tile, you can go anywhere, which is nice. Before, even if this was all clear right here, let's say that it was not red before, I can only get to this one after I took this one and then this one, because I needed a connecting tile. Now you don't need that anymore. If there's no enemy tile, you can just swoop right through to wherever you want to go, which I think is very useful. Now, tiling is still useful because until you clear all these lines, you can get to your destination. The only downside is I'm not a big fan of even though 5 minutes, it's not as bad as 10, I still don't like the timer. I much rather have the tile protection like we used to than have this, because now unless we're tiling with flying units, so we can get ahead of, tile faster. You can basically count, you can count how many hours it's going to take you to get to over here, for example,
what's his name? The GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Saint
is talking about this exact thing. One of these chats, I don't remember which one, but he's like, it's so much harder now, time consuming, and it's changed so much to do the tiling that I used to do.
Yeah.
But, what I think about that is it just takes a little bit more effort, a little bit more discipline. That's all it is. It's still the same thing. Yes, it's a little harder. Yes, it's a little longer. But you can still achieve the same result if you want to.
Yeah, I agree. I love tiling when I'm in enemy lands, if I don't have to siege, that is. I like to tile with flying units. You're like, what? They don't do any siege. They don't. But by hitting twice the same tile, that you take it over. If it's a level 1 tile, you take it over. So let's say my team is all the way back here. They're tiling with their melee units, right? With their land units. if I can send a few flying units over here, I can clear some things ahead for them. So by the time they get here in an hour, they can walk right through the next part because I've already tiled with my flying units. I mean, there are different ways to do things. I think this is one of the very effective ways if you're trying to get to a place faster. Now, go ahead.
Katie, our goat, Katie is the master of what you're talking about.
Oh, you're not talking about Saint. I thought you were talking about Saint.
I'm saying our goat, our greatest of all time, Katie.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, she is.
Flying and spamming
She is crazy.
Anytime she's on, I'm like, I feel better. You know what I mean? I just feel better when she's around.
I'm pretty sure everybody that played against us remembers Katie. Pretty sure. That's how good she was at doing that. Wyman said tiling is even more impactful now. When you are cut off from a zone, it's so frustrating. And let me give you an example that is so true.
Yeah.
Earlier, I mean, I woke up last night before going to bed. I'm like, let me give you guys this. Look how crazy this is. Okay, I was here. My base is all the way east. I was like, I want to send my Galadriel to hit these guys for a little bit of time. I want to get some XP from Bowl and Dome. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. It takes 2 hours from her to get from here to here. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep for 6-7 hours anyways. I wake up, Galadriel is in the middle of the way. She didn't get there. I'm like, why did she stop? And I go and check, and it's because somebody had cut the line as I was walking through. So I can't remember exactly the point because it was a conversation during the day. But I mean, let's just pull up an area over here really quick. Oh, jeez. Right. Let's say this just for example. Okay. Let's say this was the way. Let's say Galadriel's walking from right here to this. Going west. Somebody took the tiles. All these tiles right here. They took all these tiles right here and blocked me. Yeah. Right? That's not the only issue. What they did was they took the tiles over here and the ones behind me as well. So Galadriel couldn't march anywhere. And I couldn't take any of the tiles because I didn't have I wasn't in the area of my fort. It was somewhere around here earlier, I believe. I didn't have a fort nearby, so I couldn't just, stop at my fort and then start taking tiles to clear the way. I was stuck. I couldn't move forward. The only option for me was to recall, so lose another 2 hours of walking all the way back to my base, find another route and go. Or what I tried to do earlier, but nobody that was in the region was asking one of my teammates, look, anybody that has range in the fort, please take these tiles so I can continue. Nobody was on. I recalled, and then another 2 hours later, Galadriel was there. You guys see how big of a hindrance that can be for a team? You were going somewhere, they stopped you, so that hour that you were going somewhere, it's gone. You got to recall, find a new path that could take longer. That alone is huge. Time wasted, stamina wasted, Yep. So there are ways to warfare that is not just the PvP aspect. Yes. I just hope people start to develop that more. I have some ideas which I'm going to be sharing with our team. I'm not going to tell you guys because you might play against us. But there are different ways you can do warfare, other than just straight PvP.
Yeah, we need to get better at exactly what we're talking about. Okay, doing these things and countering these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like we have a weakness in that area. But on the flip side, we have a very competent and good leadership team, and I have faith in them, right?
Yeah.
I have faith 100%. That those changes are slowly and incrementally coming, right? And we're going to get even better because I feel like we need to be even, more competitive as it starts to get harder, which is kind of the way that it goes in these situations. The late stages of games like this.
I agree. Now, I mean, Tom earlier said this makes, so talking about tiling, he said this makes defending easier. I believe he's talking about the timer. If not, Tom, let me know if I was wrong. Old system was a bit more for the attacker. Yeah, I mean, that is true. You know, whenever an attacking team was just, you know, if there wasn't a strong force to stop them, the attacking team would just wreck right through. Cletion said, best thing you can do for tiling is buy the beanie of tiling. It gives you -1 minute off tiling through enemy territory. Truly, it is a broken item. Oh, nah. Cletion is making the joke.
Oh, Cletion, what's going on with your formation in PBE? Have you found anything? What are your give me some reports around your troop damage formation. How's it doing? But yeah, just imagine if there were 10 of you trapped, like that situation that you found yourself in. What if there were 10 guys all marching, right?
Exactly.
All trying to respond to something, and then you just can't. Like, that's it. You just, like, you're 10 people gone. Boom, gone.
Yep.
Just from, you know, a couple tiles, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. I'm surprised we're making that much stride on the enemy territory now. I mean, there's a lot more. There's a lot more to it than that. You know, it's just we need to remember that, you know, with this new formation system, the new game, there is different warfare to be done. I think we just need to find it. You know, there's a lot of things that we can do.
So Clycian says it's good. It's not the best. Dies quickly. Yeah, that's the problem. They need to. Developers used to be that, like the DDs, damage dealers. Their damage was based off the health of their own units or something like that, right? I don't know exact formula, but there isn't that now. So they just output damage no matter what, right? Even when, like, last season, you could run one troop, whatever, the Nazgul, you know, Felby's bomb, and it just, like, fucking 50,000 damage, whatever, from a commander. So the problem with the troop damage, you know, and the troop formations is if the troops are dying, there's less of them to output damage.
Yeah.
So it's not balanced in that way in comparison with damage dealers, right? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten my head around how damage dealers, you know, it makes sense from a logical point where if, you know, Gimli's still gonna do 100% damage even if his, you know, his arm in real life, right? My damage from a damage dealer comes from me, you know. I'm doing the damage. But if you look back in 1.0, the damage from both the units and the commander was related to the units. That's how it was calculated. If my Dane had 90% units in round 2, his output for the damage would be lower than in round 1 because he has less units alive. And so I don't get this. Like, they barely.
I don't get it either. It doesn't make sense, right? I think if you adjusted that one thing so that damage dealers performed the way that they did in 1.0, you wouldn't need to do all this, or some of this changes you're trying to do now, because it would balance itself out, right?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't need to come back and say, okay, how do we fix troop commanders and troop damage? It would already be fixed because it worked the same way it used to, right?
Yep.
Tom in chat says, haven't been able to play PB. What are the main changes? Well, you'll have to rewatch the video. We've talked about a lot of it thus far, so when you have time, just rewatch it, and I think we explain a lot of it.
Yep.
Most of it, I think.
Oh, crap. That's enough to take the tiles. Yeah. So I'm finally gonna relocate, baby.
You back in PBE now?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I have my relocation spot before I go to bed because I want to wake up tomorrow.
I gotta come fight myself, bro. I gotta hunt you down, bro.
All right, come find me.
I gotta come get some, bro. Need some of that right there.
So I'll send you my spot later, in PBE.
Yeah, a couple people was asking me to come over to a different place, like the middle or the ring or this, and I'm like, man, I'm just running around these pirates right now. They all like level 47, 48 in PBE. I'm 5 hours of playing at level 41 or 2, and they like wanted to get at me. I'm like, man, let me catch up first. Jesus Christ.
For shizzle. All right, baby.
So what are we doing next week?
Well,
Think about a topic.
yeah, we got to think about a topic. So every week, guys, next Friday again. Oh, what's that? Got Tippy here in the comments.
Tip.
Tippity tip. There are a few things. Let me give you some thought, and I'll send you some ideas. All right. We'll decide it before the weekend so we can start announcing it. But next Friday again, guys.
Yeah, try and do it every week, you know.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Hello, can you make like a maybe? Do you have like a suggestion?
Yeah, see, yeah,
like
that's
Dropbox.
Dropbox. No, I can create a suggestion. I can create a suggestion channel on Discord. By the way, guys, we got like almost 40 people watching. If you guys know any Discord wizards to give us some help or some advice on how to work some things, like some technical things, just hit me up on a DM. I love to get some get the Discord more robust, that we can do polls and some other things to help get make things easier.
Yeah, I can help you with that, Bones.
Oh, really? All right, cool.
Nice.
Perfect. There you go. Thank you so much.
What's going on in the Bay Area this weekend?
Heat.
I don't know. Besides heat, my AC is going on. That's what's up. I'm not leaving the dang house.
I heard that. If I was up there, I'd take my sailboat out. Shoot, get out on that bay.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be pretty nice, but yeah, I don't know. This heat wave is killing me. I don't even want to go outside.
It's rough. I agree. Thankfully, I live near the ocean, so it's probably it's the coolest it can get where I'm at, pretty much. So that's one good thing. If I was in the valley, I'd be dead right now. I'd be dead.
I was in the valley last weekend. It was awful.
You were down here last weekend?
No, so I was in the Central Valley last week.
Oh, I'm talking about the valley, North Hollywood.
I was in the terrible valley. I was in the valley this week, like your valley this week too.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's hot up there too. I'm talking about the valley just north of the city where I'm at.
I was in the really bad parts.
I can't believe Leneg is still playing this game. Does anybody here know who Leneg is?
Leneg? Nah.
He was in our season 2 seasons ago. He was with, I think he was with Lane.
Yeah, we go. I think he and I go back to like season 1 or season 2.
I love the name, but I would never say the whole thing. But I love it.
Leneg, the sexiest economist.
You remember that dude? One of these cats in here. One time in the Discord and the voice chat was in here with us. What was his name? Something Daddy or some kind of crazy old stuff. I'm just calling Daddy.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I was like Daddy Vader or something.
Shit, I'm not calling you. Get out of here, bro. I'm gonna call you dude.
Oh, that's good. I mean,
you get all kinds in this online world. I'll tell you that.
Another huge update from the game was this right here. The merits, like the world merits.
Yeah.
That is
so good.
Huge.
Thank you.
3 years. It just took them 3 years to give us this little data that they already knew.
I asked for. That was one of the things I asked for last time we were on here. UI. And look, there it is. So
huge. This is big right here. Hey,
I don't think
this is so motivating for people to fight now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be at 100.
Let's look at our rankings real quick. Let's look at whatever server you're in. Let's look at the ranking. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I mean let's look at this. I mean this is just a test, but yes, let's look it up on the PBE. We'll go to the live
let's
one.
Look at our rankings real quick. Let's show everybody. Let's highlight some.
This is just PBE testing. So
Yeah, go to our server and let's look. That don't matter. If motherfuckers can beat themselves up on there, that's true. Yeah, go to our server and let's highlight some of the real motherfuckers out here in the trenches every day. We'll have a look.
We got a lot of G's in the house. We got Tippy in the comments. We got Matix in the comments.
Maddox, that name sounds familiar. I think he's on our server.
Yep. Yeah. Maddox is there, yeah.
He's probably up there on the top too. Our top guy seemed like every season was Rocky. That's like the king.
That dude doesn't. That dude doesn't stop.
That dude, I think he has 2 people playing his account because he just constantly outputs.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure though.
Look, he's number 1 in the server too. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, last season he was there too.
Oh wait. It's like, that dude, he legit.
Yeah. So we got Rocky at top. We got Turgon in second.
Dude in the chat's right there, number 2. Turgon. Yeah, you right there. Look at that.
Last stand is 3, lost 4. Mo is 5. Mo. I mean, because Mo took a break from NRP last season, but Mo's always a beast. Always at the top.
Yeah, he runs multiple formations too. Yeah.
Crawlix, CLF. Yep.
CLF.
Then we got the squiggly symbols, which I can't read, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then got G Unit here.
Keep going down. Let's look at like the top 50.
All right.
Unit. Yeah. He's number 4 production and number 9. Nice.
Yep. We got a couple more Asian players. Honor Capricorn, Neo Liver, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff. We got Captain Niton, Escanor, TX Moon Knight. We got one of the million
Yeah. Fences. That means fences. That's what that means.
It means what? Oh,
that dude, homie, man, that cat right there, he have like 27 fucking accounts. That is the most annoying dude ever. I'm telling you, I fought the dude like 69 times in one day. Crazy. He got like 27 accounts, bro.
We got Jax right here, number 18.
Yeah, bringing up the rear.
El
Hey, it takes me
Camzor.
a little time because I'm running 4 formations, so I got to catch up in level. It takes me a little time.
We got Vessi here. Wes
Vessi
Fleming.
been hot this week. He jumped up. He been hot this week. He must have changed where he was at or something.
Yeah. He's fighting Bull and Dome. I mean, I think that there was. I think that was a report. That was a report where he basically got hit like 10 times and he was still alive.
Yeah, he got crazy numbers this week in particular.
West Flaming, Snoop. We got Robin. We got Uber in 24. Price 25. Spec Moon 26. One of Spec Moon's account, he has 2. Got Loopy. DP. Got DP here. Darkness. Evil. Helbert. Mr. Slay, the Portuguese speaker. Got
that dude funny as hell. Fury Devil. Every time he log on, as soon as he log into the game, he's super keyed up on some coffee or something, bro. He just spam out like 20 something messages. Bam, 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 bam. Rapid fire. Every time he log, you know he getting on. The whole chat just fill up with.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole chat. I think this. We should do this. What about this?
That's true.
He just go off, bro. Drop a bomb on your chat bomb. Boom, like 20 something messages.
Got Buri in 32.
That's him.
Nature. I mean, if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize, guys. We got Poppy Rivera, Kershaw, Shady, the man, the myth, the Yeti,
Yo, there where I'm at.
666, you sweaty, something, Sweaty Bell, Daktronic, Yep. Shogun, El Tartar, Terror, Margoth, Fate, The Dream, Formosa, Lego, Evio, Bounty Hunter. That's the top 50.
There's the top 50.
I'm getting up there, man. The first few days I was fighting Illu in order, so XP was a lot more scarce over there because
I feel like when you fight fences, bro, it's
because
half the fight against them is the same dude.
I think
telling you, you have like 27 accounts, bro. I don't know how do you do that. How does somebody do that? Like you gotta. I just want to be a fly on the wall. As you go in this cat's house, right? What does he got? Like 30 some monitors set up on a wall, and he just like clicking through each one of them. How's he doing this? It's nuts, bro. He got like 20 something accounts right here, right now. I'm not kidding.
Jeez. Oh, let's see, what can we do here? Where can we go? I gotta land my. Nobody's doing nothing, so it's just we can send it over here. All right, cool. Let's go over here. Galadra is finally here. Watch the players like watching the live streams. Like, yo, I'm gonna recall as soon as you right before you land.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about you.
Yeah,
it's not like other games. Like you're not going to change the outcome, really, right? Like you're still going to get hit with what you have. I mean, you can only do so much. It's not like Call of Duty or something, you know. And
yeah,
then you can stream snipe somebody and really like it's not. You know, it's you don't have what you have. It's just you're all the same, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're not all the same here, so.
All right, guys. Well, you know, Jax, anything you want to say? Anything else? Anything else you want to say before we close?
Appreciate all the guests being here. Sorry it was a little late. I'm not sure what happened. We try to avoid that kind of stuff, and look forward to seeing some of y'all back. And you guys got suggestions or something you want to, you know,
we'll
discuss your knowledgeable, experienced players have been playing the game a long time. Want to be a guest and come in here and chat, you know, hang out with us or whatever.
We're
let us know.
We're gonna open up a suggestion box on Discord. You know, give whatever topic you guys want to discuss, you know, or bring up to the podcast. Let us know. Let's
We're not here.
Go ahead.
We're not. Go ahead. Finish.
I was gonna say, let's bring back the old podcast we used to do. It was so engaging, so fun to do. Where we talked about commanders and builds like we did in 1.0. So.
No, we used to have like 5-10 people every show, and we just be chopping it up. It was fun.
Yeah.
But we're not. In general, we're not here for money. We just here for the love of the game. That's it, for the community.
Exactly. That's what we're here for. Well, I'll tell you, I want to thank everybody for coming on. Two Steps, Scar, Jax, Fen. Turgon had to hop off. He has a little one to take care. But I appreciate you guys coming on. If you want to be, like Jack said, if you guys want to be a part of, of the guest list that we bring on every week, we'll build it out. Let us know. Hit me or Jax in a DM what you guys set up, all right? That's going to do it for today. Don't forget a couple of things, though, before you guys hop off, all right? So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. That's one way you guys can support, is just by subscribing, by watching. That helps a lot. And like Jack said, we're not really here for the money. We're just going to want to, keep building on the community, see if we can, just grow it out. Get us all together and grow it out. One last thing, though. If you guys are spending in the game ever, okay? If you guys still are getting those amazing packs that from time to time it drops, I'm going to leave the link to my top-up link. And I would really appreciate if you guys use that. That helps me to be able to get... I said this earlier, I'm barely spending in the game right now at least. But those nice little packs I like to get. So you guys support by using the top-up link. It helps a ton. You guys have no idea. All right? So if you guys can, use it. It helps a lot. But that's going to do it for us today, guys. Don't forget, next Friday, again, we'll be here. And you never know. You might be helping us to choose the next topic for the podcast. Peace out. Take care. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.